Prepare for the ultimate battle of wits as the fiercest young minds in Southern Colorado face off in a high-stakes trivia showdown. Who will rise to the challenge? Who will claim victory? Find out now on Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids.
Welcome to Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids, where the brightest students from all across Southern Colorado competing in a tournament to advance to the finals with a cash prize on the line. And here we are, the championship round. I'm Scott Gilbert, your host. We're excited about the finals today, the matchup between the Classical Academy and Pueblo County. Congratulations, teams, on reaching it this far. Let's take an opportunity right now to meet the teams. TCA, take it away.
I'm Nathan. I'm a junior.
I'm Davis. I'm a junior.
My name is Maddox Autry, and I'm a senior.
I'm Aiden, and I'm a senior.
Nice to see you guys again, and good luck. Over here at Pueblo County, who do we have?
Hi, I'm Axel, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Eloise. I'm also a senior.
Hi, I'm Zora. I'm a senior.
I'm Daniel. I'm a junior.
Nice to see you guys again, and good luck as we get ready to compete in the final. Now, this is going to be a buzz-in round to start things off in the opening round. There's going to be 3 minutes on the clock. The first team to buzz in after I begin reading will be given the opportunity to answer the question within 5 seconds. Now, if it's incorrect, then the other team has a chance to answer that same questions. Teams will then be awarded 10 points for the correct answer until the final round, which then the buzz-in round will be worth 20 points for every correct answer. So we're putting the time on the clock. The teams understand what we're up against. You've been here before. We know what we're doing here in the final as it gets ready to begin right now. What city, home to AAA baseball team known as the Storm Chasers, is also the annual host of the College World Series? Nathan.
Omaha.
Omaha is correct, and TCA is on the board. Next question. Utility companies often measure the amount of electrical energy they deliver in what non-SI unit? Axel?
Kilowatt hours?
Kilowatt hours is right, in Pueblo County on the board. What first lady, who often said, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope," helped pass the Highway Beautification Act and was nicknamed Lady Bird? Zora.
Johnson.
Johnson is correct. What author wrote about a farmer named Jabez Stone who breaks a contract with Mr. Scratch in his short story, The Devil and Daniel Webster? Aiden.
Hawthorne.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Pueblo County. Eloise.
Thoreau.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We were looking for Stephen Benet. Next question. What phylum mostly contains sessile animals that lack tissue organization, such as sea sponges? Axel.
Porifera?
Porifera is correct. What being who fights whale in many Pacific Northwest Native American myths is an avian spirit that produces a loud noise when it flaps its wings? Eloise.
The Thunderbird.
Thunderbird is correct. What character who mutinies to take Captain Pike back to Talos 4 in the Menagerie is a Vulcan, first played by Leonard Nimoy on Star Trek? Axel.
Spock?
Spock is right. What kind of animal, several of which appear in Winslow Homer's The Gulf Stream, attacks Brooke Watson in a 1778 painting by John Singleton Copley? Davis.
Shark.
Shark is right. What mineral with the formula Al2O3 is used as an abrasive makeup of rubies and sapphires and is classified as
Corundum.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Corundum.
Corundum is correct. A nearly century-long experiment in Australia has produced 9 drops of what material used in many roads, showing that it is really slow-moving liquid? Axel.
Asphalt?
Asphalt or tar will work, yes. What holiday whose observers eat apples dipped in honey occurs on the first Tishri, 9 days before Yom Kippur, and is the Jewish New Year? Axel.
Rosh Hashanah?
Yes, that's correct. What book detailing Deborah's defeat of the Canaanites and the story of Samson and Delilah depicts a series of righteous Israelite leaders? Maddox.
Judges?
Judges is right. A major 1877 work by painter Gustave Caillebotte is titled For a Paris Street on what type of day? Nathan.
Spring.
No, that's incorrect. Pueblo.
A cloudy day.
Close. We were looking for a rainy day. But we did hear the buzzer right there. The points on the board look like this. Classical Academy with 40, Pueblo County with 70. Also brings us to our Power Pass question of the day, brought to you by the Pikes Peak Library District.
What is the term for the technique where designs are painted onto pottery before glazing?
Eloise?
Pre-glazing?
No, not quite. Give it a shot, TCA. Maddox?
Etching.
No, but we were looking for underglazing.
Underglazing is a way to add designs to your pottery. Check out the Sand Creek Library's Makerspace programs to create some pottery of your own.
So there you have it. Pueblo County with 70, the Classical Academy with 43 more rounds to play. The volleyball round coming up next. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We are in the championship round. Time now for the second round of the match. It's the volleyball round. Volleyball round is a conferring round in which the teams have 4 minutes to answer the questions, and where we encourage the teams to actually work as a team, so the opportunity is to answer the question through their captain. So that's why you see them huddled up right now. During the break, we did a coin flip in which the Classical Academy won. They have chosen to defer and go first in the lightning round. So that means that the Pueblo County team will go first in this volleyball round. Now, in this volleyball round, we're not going to ask each team a question. It's just going to be one question at a time, and then volley back and forth with a new question. The team's ready for what we're up against here in the volleyball round. All right, beginning with Pueblo County. Beginning now, what tiny animals that can withstand the vacuum of space are commonly called water bears and have a Latin-derived name meaning slow walker?
Tardigrades.
Tardigrades is correct. Points on the board for you. Classical Academy. What Trojan prince who was kidnapped from Mount Ida by an eagle to serve as a cupbearer to the gods lends his name to Jupiter's largest moon?
Ganymede.
Ganymede is correct. Back over here to Pueblo County. What poet described a horse who gives his harness bells a shake and a forest that is lovely, dark, and deep, and stopping by woods on a snowy evening?
Robert Frost.
Robert Frost is right. The Classical Academy, here's your question. What values multiply to -1 for perpendicular lines and are defined for vertical lines and are indicated by the m in the equation y equals mx plus b?
Slope.
Slope is right. Next question for Pueblo County. What city, where patriots toppled a huge statue of George III in 1776, was taken by British forces after George Washington withdrew to Harlem Heights?
New York.
New York is right. Back over here to TCA. What country, which contains the La Navidad settlement founded by Christopher Columbus, shares the island of Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic?
Haiti.
Haiti is right. What activist, this is for Pueblo County, what activist whose memoir Patriot was published posthumously with help from his widow, Yulia, died in a Russian prison in February 2024?
Alexei Navalny.
Navalny, yes, that's right. What group of elements have relatively high electronegativities because of their 7 valence electrons?
Halogens.
Halogens is right. What newspaper whose tech guild went on strike just before the election day of 2024 predicts election results with a needle and operates from Manhattan?
The New York Times.
Yes, that's right. The 2024 film Piece by Piece, which uses Lego-style animation, is a biography of what coach on The Voice who sang the song Happy?
Pharrell Williams.
Farrell's right. Next question. What politician who, with Luis de Onis, names the treaty that ceded Florida to the U.S., benefited from the corrupt bargain to succeed James Monroe?
Buchanan.
I'm sorry, we're looking for John Quincy Adams. Back over here to the Classical Academy. What poet who called for America to be America again, even though it never was America to me, asked what happens to a dream deferred in Harlem?
Langston Hughes.
Yes, that's correct. Back over to Pueblo County. What country's cuisine includes dough-wrapped fried curry called curry bread, packaged meals called bento boxes, the rice, wine, sake, and ramen?
Japan.
Is right. Back over to the Classical Academy. What people are documented in the Florentine Codex took captives in flower wars and were ruled by Montezuma when Hernan Cortez arrived in 1519?
Aztecs.
That's right. Back over to Pueblo County. Senta throws herself into the sea to save the title character of what Richard Wagner opera about a cursed sea captain and his ghostly ship?
The Flying Dutchman.
Yes, that's correct. Back over to the Classical Academy. What William Goldman novel, which is supposedly an abridged version of a book by S. Morgenstern, depicts the true love between Wesley and Buttercup?
The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride.
Yes, that's right. Back over to Pueblo County. What character who makes notches in a cross erected in September of 1659 is traveling near Venezuela when he is shipwrecked in a novel by Daniel Defoe?
Willem Dafoe.
It's a good try. I appreciate that. We were looking for Robinson Crusoe. All right, Classical Academy. What general led British forces to victory at the Battle of Guilford Courthouse but surrendered to the Continental Army at the Battle of Yorktown?
Cornwallis.
Cornwallis is correct. We heard the buzzer right there. That means it concludes our volleyball round, and this is a close contest. Classical Academy with 130, Pueblo County with 140. Good job, teams. Time now, though, for our School of Rock quiz code. As viewers, please head to fox21news.com, click on contest, or scan the QR code to enter the code word for a chance to win a gift card from the School of Rock. Our quiz code word of the day is Cornwallis. We still have a couple more rounds to go. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. The lightning round is coming up next. Stick with us. Welcome back. We're halfway through the competition. Time now for the lightning round. Before we get started, we're going to begin with some introductions. We have some substitutes on each side of it. Classical Academy, who do we have in there now?
I'm Gracie. I'm a sophomore.
All right, nice to see you again, Gracie, and good luck. Over on this side, Pueblo County, who do we have?
I'm John, and I'm a junior.
I'm Emma, and I'm a senior.
Nice to see you guys again, and good luck as well. So, during the last round, it was Pueblo County who went first. That means that Classical Academy will have the opportunity to go first here in our lightning round and pick among the 4 categories. Before we do that, we want to lay down the ground rules for you. You have 60 seconds to answer all 10 questions. You can always pass and revisit one of those questions if there's still time on the clock, but if you don't get to those or you may answer incorrectly, that means that the other team will have 30 seconds to answer any of those questions that you didn't get to, and vice versa. Understand, teams? So let's give a rundown of the 4 categories, beginning with the Classical Academy, and then after that, tell me what you would like to select. First category is people and paintings. How many living people are depicted in these artworks? Answers may repeat. Unseen or unborn people do not count. In the second category, 3 O's. Give these words that contain exactly 3 O's and no other vowels. Category 3, 2-letter words. Give these 2-letter words. Simple enough. And little things. Give these answers that start with the word little. What do you think, TCA?
We'll go with little.
Little it is. So we'll get to the other categories with Pueblo County when we're finished with their round. So we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Pueblo County, get pen and paper in hand in case you have an opportunity with 30 seconds afterward. And you can huddle up and just give me the answer through your captain. Time on the clock, little things. Give the answers that start with the word little. Beginning now. Capital of Arkansas.
Little Rock.
Correct. Novel by Louisa May Alcott.
Little Women.
Little Women is correct. Battle that was the site of Custer's last stand.
Little Bighorn.
Is correct. Companion of Robin Hood who used a quarterstaff.
Little John.
Yes. Atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
Little Boy. Little Boy.
Yes, correct. Charles Dickens novel partly set in debtor's prison.
Pass.
Global cooling period that began in the 1500s.
Little Ice Age.
Yes. Children's book series by Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Little House.
Yeah, Little House is acceptable too. Little House on the Prairie as well. Psychological experiment conducted by behaviorist John Watson.
Little Albert.
Yes, that is correct. And the 1982 musical about a carnivorous plant.
Pass.
Okay, back to the other question. Charles Dickens novel partly set in debtor's prison. Time is up, but you got 8 of those 10 questions. Put plenty of points on the board. Classical Academy now with 210. Pueblo County, you have a chance to answer a couple of those questions with 30 seconds on the clock. Little things. Give these answers that start with the word little. Ready? Beginning now. Charles Dickens novel partly set in debtor's prison.
Little Prison?
That is incorrect. Next question. 1982 musical about a carnivorous plant.
Little Shop of Horrors.
That is correct. So that concludes that round. The answer to Charles Dickens novel, by the way, is Little Dorrit. But you put some points on the board. Now you have an opportunity to select from the remaining 3 categories in the lightning round. Let me run down one more time, and then you tell me what you guys think. People and paintings. How many living people are depicted in these artworks? Answers may vary. Unseen or unborn people do not count. 3 O's. Give these words that contain exactly 3 O's and no other vowels. And 2-letter words. Give these 2-letter words.
We'll take the 3 O's, please.
3 O's. Once again, 3 O's. Give these words that contain exactly 3 O's and no other vowels. Put the 60 seconds on the clock. Classical Academy, play close attention, maybe pen and paper in hand in case they can't get to any of the questions we're about to ask here. 3 O's beginning now. Chrysalis, from which butterflies emerge?
Cocoon.
Yes. Portable music player used without headphones.
Pass.
Object twisted when opening an entrance.
Handle.
That one's incorrect. Let's go with 10 to the power of 100.
Google.
Yes. Flat bottom boat or floats it uses.
Pass.
Chinese tea whose leaves are partially oxidized.
Oolong.
Yes. Seasonal wind change common in Asia.
Monsoon.
Yes. Art movement exemplified by Jean-Honoré Fragonard's The Swing.
Pass.
Style of R&B music performed by many Motown acts.
Pass.
Plant whose seeds produce just one embryonic leaf.
Monocot.
Yes, that is correct. Now back up to what you passed on, a portable music player used without headphones.
Pass.
Flat bottom boat or the floats it uses.
Pontoon.
Yes, that is right. And that buzzer means that we're at the end, at least for you now, for you guys. And we're all knotted up at 2:10 apiece. But we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for TCA to answer the questions that they did not get to. You guys ready for 3 O's? Give these words that contain exactly 3 O's and no other words. Team ready? 30 seconds on the clock, beginning now. Portable music player
Pass.
used with headphones, okay. Object twisted when opening an entrance.
Doorknob.
Doorknob is correct. Flat, you got to that. Art movement exemplified by Jean-Honoré Fragonard's The Swing.
Rococo.
Yes, that is right. In the style of R&B music performed by many Motown acts.
Pass.
We'll go back to the portable music player used without headphones. Time's up. The answer to the portable music player is the boombox. Style of R&B music, doo-wop. Got a close contest here. Classical Academy with 230 points. Pueblo County with 210. Still plenty of game to be played here. We're going to find out in the final round who advances, or check that, who is the champion. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We're going to be right back. Welcome back. Time now for our final challenge of the championship game. It's a 3-minute buzz-in round similar to the first round, but this time around the correct answers are worth 20 points. In fact, that's all that separates these two teams here right now. Classical Academy clinging to a 20-point lead at 2:30. Pueblo County with 2:10. Anybody's ball game. Remember, not a conferring round, so when you buzz in, you must answer the question within 5 seconds. If it's incorrect, then the other team has a chance to answer that same question. Teams ready?
Ready.
Final round beginning now. Charles XII led what country's forces at the Battle of Poltava? Davis.
Sweden.
Sweden is correct. What country contains the Kromrati fossil site and the Cradle of Humankind World Heritage Site located in Axel?
Ethiopia.
I'm sorry, incorrect. Located in Gauteng, northwest of Johannesburg. Davis.
South Africa.
South Africa is correct. What city whose namesake chili is often served atop of spaghetti is across the Ohio River from Covington? Nathan.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is right. What peninsula whose cities include Ensenada, Cabo San Lucas, Tijuana? Axel?
The Baja Peninsula.
Yes, that is correct. What musician who founded the Tough Gong label and led the Wailers was a reggae singer whose hits included One Love? Axel.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley's right. What case whose plaintiff, Norma McCorvey, used a pseudonym was upheld in Planned Parenthood for Axel?
Roe v. Wade.
Roe v. Wade is right. Abolitionist Paul Jennings was enslaved at what president's estate of Montpelier, built near the modern town of Aiden?
Thomas Jefferson.
I'm sorry. Rest of the question, modern town of Orange, Virginia. Pueblo County, give it a try. Axel?
Buchanan.
No, we were looking for James Madison. What devices which on a circuit diagram are represented by zigzag lines have a namesake quantity of, Nathan?
Resistors.
Yes, that's correct. What sculptor who never finished a series of prisoners for the tomb of Julius II showed the Virgin Mary cradling the dead Christ in his 1499 Piete?
Michelangelo?
Yes, that is right. What objects in ultramassive, one of which was discovered in 2023? Axel?
Black holes?
Black holes is right. In October of 2024, Donald Trump held a rally at what iconic New York City arena? Axel?
Ford's Theater.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Nathan?
Madison Square Garden.
Yes, that's correct. What what English economist used the trade of English cloth and Portuguese wine to outline his theory? Axel?
Adam Smith.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Outline his theory of comparative advantage. Davis?
Bentham.
No, I'm sorry, we were looking for Ricardo. What Chinese dynasty lost the battle of the Talas River, was rebelled against by the general An Lushan? Axel?
The Ming Dynasty.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. And was succeeded by the Song dynasty. Davis?
The Tang.
Tong is correct. What cylindrical structures which may exhibit saltatory conduction at nodes of Ranvier when wrapped in myelin transmit action potentials neurons? Axel?
Myelin sheath.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Classical Academy, Davis?
Neurons.
No, we were looking for axons. And we just had the buzzer right there. That concludes our competition. Pueblo County with 310 points. The Classical Academy with 350 points. That means that TSA, you are new champions. Congratulations on an incredible game and an incredible run by Pueblo County. You sure gave it your best shot. We sure appreciate you having here, and we are really proud of your performance tonight. I hope you feel the same.
Thank you.
Good job, you guys, and that means that we have an opportunity. Nobody's going home empty-handed here. We have a second-hand prize, but we're going to present a check now to the Classical Academy, who is the champion for this year's Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. And congratulations to the Classical Academy, this year's champion of the Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. Good job, and congratulations to TCA, the Titans, the champions. Pueblo County, come on out here. Congratulations on a great performance, the runner-up of this year's Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. This check is for you and your school. Congratulations on a great season.